Welcome back to my channel guys. Monotology 101. Simona dito sa New York. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Maraming mga chika ngayon sa social media and sa mga news. So, na-pick up ko yung isang article na medyo nakaka-react. I don't know why this can happen in our country that a government official like Sara Duterte has parang confidential funds na 500 million pesos. Can you imagine? Pwede pa lang mangyari yon na 500 million pesos na budget ay walang kaklaruhan kung saan gagamitin and confidential daw. So pwede bang mangyari yon? So this article caught my attention and it's really very good to read, I think, and discuss. So the article ay ccto Antonio J. Montalvan II sa lumabas September 8 sa Rappler na po. So for the record, sabi niya, the office of the Vice President has never been funded ever with confidential funds not subject to audit. So malinaw na si VP Lenny noong nakaupo as Vice President, talagang klaro yung mga kung saan niya ginagamit yung mga budget ng Office of the Vice President. And wala mga confidential na sa akin. So, ito po yung sabi sa article. Sabi, for the ordinary layperson to fathom the enormity of her confidential funds, here's what it means. It's like spending 1.4 million every day, while average Filipinos families with 5 members only have 279.30 pesos per day for food, or 18 pesos and 62 cents per meal per person. So, can you imagine that, di ba? My goodness, parang sa totoo lang naawa ako sa sitwasyon ng mga karamihan ng ating mga kababayan dyan sa Pilipinas na they are really living in, how much is this? Like $4 to $5 per day. Yung limang pamilya nabubuhay sa 279.30 per day pesos, 30 cents. 30 centavos. Hindi ko po yun minsan iniisip kasi nga hindi ko na alam kung paano yung mga budget sa Pilipinas, pero hindi ko ma-imagine yung 279 per day or $5 sa limang tao, paano po pakakain ng 3 beses sa isang araw yung 5 tao sa ganung budget. So tuloy po natin yung article. And here's more for the ordinary person on the street to fathom. The 1.4 million you can spend every day is spent without showing any receipt. That is why the Commission on Audit cannot even audit how this titanic amount will be spent. It is exactly akin to giving the money to the government agency gratis like a blank check. And you imagine nga naman yan, no? Paano mo hindi pagdudahan yung mga ganyang klase na budget? Ako para sa akin, tanga na lang ang hindi mag-question dyan sa budget na yan na 500 million pesos na po. And here's more for, ito pa. Let us make things clear. The 500 million pesos confidential fund is only for office of the Vice President. It has absolutely nothing to do with Department of Education that Sara Duterte also heads. Trolls have reasoned out that it is because she holds 2 offices. The confidential fund is only for the OVP. For the record as well, the office of the Vice President has never been funded ever with confidential funds not subject to audit. Prior to this, it was zero. Yet the more Zara's spokesperson opened his amounts, yet the more Zara's spokespersons open his mouth on how the money will be spent, the more his principal dumbfounds on what she will do with the money. The 500 million confidential expenses will be used for programs related to peace and order and national security. In his pressing briefing, the spokesperson is reduced to an apologist before approving media. In other words, the principal herself cannot even face media to justify. That is a behavior peculiar to the Dutertes. Immediately, one sees the problem of accountability. Peace and order and national security, this sounds like the OBP has been re-engineered to become the Department of National Defense, the agency that Sara had aspired for but was not granted for her. Oo nga naman, it's not even bakit niya sasakupin yung peace and order eh? She's a vice president, sakop niya ba yun? I don't think so. So bakit idadahilan nila yung peace and order? Hindi po. Di ba dapat iba yung budget doon? And bakit ilalagay ng ganong kalaking budget sa Office of the Vice President? Hindi naman niya sakop lahat ng mga departamento, di po ba? Why peace and order, national security? We have livelihood projects that will be implemented in conflict areas. Conflict areas, says that again, assuming the conflict areas are in Mindanao and Sulu, that is only 24.1% of the national population. Surely the Vice President will not use the confidential funds against China population. Surely the Vice President will not use the confidential funds against China, where it has occupied some of our spratly territories. Tama. Like her father, she has been on friendly obeisance to China. Peace and order is peculiar to the Department of Interior and Local Government, under which is Philippine National Police. National security is rightfully the turf of office of the Vice President. The President being the Commander-in-Chief, but the Vice President. Let's make a rundown of the items that the joint circular of the Commission on Audit, the Department of Budget and Management, and the DILG had stipulated for confidential funds under Joint Circular Number 2, 2015. Purchase of information relevant to national security and peace and order. Rental of vehicles used for confidential activities. Rental and maintenance of safe houses. Purchase and rental of supplies and equipment for confidential purposes. Payment of rewards to informers. Money to uncover or prevent illegal activities that pose to a clear present danger to the agency, its perform and facilities. Okay, I'm having a bad connection right now. I think I have a problem with my computer, but kailangan ko na bumili ng bagong computer. Alright. I hope na malinaw ako. Okay, should I continue? Anyway, I will continue this. In a cloak and dagger operation, those are standard procedures. I don't know what's happening in my connection. Confidential funds are lump and sum funds used for surveillance activities. That is why the COADB DILG Joint Circular says, what does a surveillance have to do with the mandate of the Office of the Vice President? Is the OBP now being transformed into an office according to the whim and fancy that she did not get by appointment? Isn't she usurping the function of other national government agencies? The proclivity of the humongous confidential funds was also a double city practice during her and her father's tenure. No one in the city questioned it, much less the members of the city council who were expected to be Duterte acolytes. This is the same Sara who was once flagged by the COA for having 11,000 ghost employees. This is the same Sara who former Rodrigo Duterte, hitman and extrajudicial killing Whistleblower Arturo Lascano said continued reward payments for PNP, cops, and hired killers when she inherited City Hall from her father. Lack of transparency in the use of public funds has been cited by the Transparency International 2021 Corruption Perception Index to be one of the Philippines' problems. The reason why the country further slid down to 117th place among 180 countries. Sarah's youth budget for 2023 includes a program she calls Good Governance. Nowhere under that program are there drives for anti-corruption, transparency, equity, and exclusiveness accountability. Instead, it has for its project a medical assistance program and burial assistance program, and both of which any barangay in the country can easily do. That public funds get into private pockets of politicians in common knowledge. Do we need rocket science to know that? A dynastic family has no moral ascendancy to justify confidential funds when it does not have a clean record. Having numerous bank accounts, including dollar accounts, with huge transaction is no moral ascendancy to manage taxpayers' money. Cornering so many franchises of the 7-Eleven convenience store brand suggests something other than good governance. Sarah could have retooled herself as an anti-corruption crusader in preparation for her 2028 run for presidency. She chose to worry about terror threats. The real threats is corruption. By Antonio J. Montalvan. So, napakaganda po ng article, and alam ko hindi ito magugustuhan ng mga pro Duterte and pro BBM. Pero this is the fact na talagang kumbaga sa pagbibigay pa lang ng budget, makikita nyo na yung dishonesty, no? Kaya nga, no, Sarah without age. Sarah has no honesty. So, bakit confidential? Parang sa pagkakatanda ko, ngayon lang yung nangyari, na magkaroon ng mga ng budget, no, na confidential. Ibig sabihin ba, pag confidential, ay hindi pwedeng i-audit ng ng uh, ng ahensya ng pag-audit sa gobyerno, meaning hindi ito transparent, and dito na po kumbaga nangyayari yung mga matitinding nakawan sa gobyerno, and ibig sabihin malaya nilang magagawa kung ano po yung gusto nilang gawin sa budget, kahit saan nila yan gamitin. Wala na tayong alam, tayong mga Filipinos at mga taxpayers. So kawawa, buti sana kung yung mga pera na ginagamit sa gobyerno ay pinupulot lang ng ordinaryong mga mamamayan sa lupa. Kaso hindi po yan po ay pinaghirapan ng mga Filipinos, especially po ng yung mga backbreaking work, lalo na ng mga OFWs at yung mga pagkahihirap na trabaho din sa Pilipinas, lalo na sa mga factory na wala namang assurance yung mga hanap buhay kung magiging permanent sila o hindi. Can you imagine that? Tapos ganun yung kanyang budget, parang pumapatak daw na 1.4 million yung budget per day. Can you imagine that? Yung sa 500 million. Samantala nga naman, yung mga mahihirap na pamilya, magkano lang yung kinikita nila at magkano lang yung budget nila sa pagkain per day. So, malinaw na malinaw po na may nangyayaring lokohan dito sa bagong administrasyon ni Tangingi. So, nakaka-remarem, pangitang-pangitan na. And natatawa ako dun sa mga reaction dun sa mga article na nagpunta si BBM sa Indonesia, and sobrang na agad praise ng kanyang mga minions, ng kanyang mga fanatics. Samantalang yung mga sinasabing pangako ng Indonesia na trabaho, na kung ilang libong trabaho, ay yun naman pangako lang, na pwedeng hindi rin mangyari. So it's like always propaganda, and instead po na yun ang yung ating asahan, ano, bakit hindi natin isipin na yung Indonesia, ano, dapat sabihin ni BBM na itong Indonesia matatapang na tao to na kahit maliit lang silang na bansa, marunong lang manindigan sa kanilang mga prinsipyo, you know what I mean? Like, kumbaga, alam nila kung paano takbuhin ang kanilang bansa. Siguro meron ding corruption, pero hindi kasing sama ng sa Pilipinas. Ano po? So, yun ang istorya po ng 500 million na hidden, I mean, parang hidden, parang secret fund ni Sara without age, and God knows kung saan niya gagamitin 'to at kung anong mangyayari sa budget na ito na kumbaga, pinaghirapan ng ating mga kababayan, and sorry na lang po sa ating mga mahihirap at ordinaryong mamamayan, yung budget nila ay gano'n lang sa pagkain, sa kanilang mga baon sa school, sa pag-aaral ng kanilang mga anak. Samantala yung pong, Vice President ngayon ay may 1.4 million peso budget per day. Gano'n po ang suma noon total sa 500 million pesos na confidential budget ni Sara Duterte. Alright, maraming salamat po sa inyo. I'm running 16 minutes, so hindi po ako masyadong magtatagal dahil ang sama ng aking signal. So maraming salamat po sa inyo. Mag-ingat po kayo lagi diyan. Always wear mask mga kapatid and protect yourself. Mahirap magkasakit. Lalo na ngayon na ganyan yung nangyayari sa Pilipinas. By the way, ang dollar to pesos na ngayon po ay 57 per $1. So kawawang-kawawa po ang Pilipinas. So ang sabi ng mga BBM fanatic ay okay lang 'yan kasi may unity. So ayun, tingnan natin po kung sila'y mabubuhay sa unity lang, ano po. Alright guys, thank you so much and have a great day. See you in my next video. Abangan niyo po yung video ko na lalabas ko about yung being healthy, ano po, and kumbaga i-relate natin sa politics, paano natin lalabanan ng mga fake news, ano, and through this, kumbaga, food and how we fight the good fight against corruption and evil forces in our community. Maraming salamat po. Please share my video, like, subscribe, ano po, and don't forget to comment. Ano po? Thank you. Bye-bye. Love you guys.